Hello, we're Molly Mish. After 10 years exploring all there is to see in US, Canada, and Mexico, we built a camper out of a 4-wheel drive Mercedes Sprinter van and headed across the pond to continue our journeys in Europe. After enduring year-long self-imposed isolation in Croatia during the height of the pandemic, we are ready to resume our European adventures. This summer, we're headed to the Irish and British Isles, starting with the Republic of Ireland. Join us as we explore and discover the magic of the Emerald Isle. Well, so last night we came to East Key to check out a surf spot over here because this is kind of a well-known area for surfing. We're starting to get to this region where the surfing is very popular, and this is where we've seen some surf spots before, but East Key and a few places north of it is sort of what they call the surfing capital of Ireland, and we found a really good spot. We actually ran into a couple from the UK, from England, in a low roof, short wheelbase Sprinter 4x4. So they were really surprised to see us because apparently they don't get a lot of high roof 4x4s in the UK. So, and he's definitely a car camper van enthusiast. It's not the first van they've owned. They've built a couple other ones before. So it was cool to talk to them. They gave us some ideas about things that we can, or places that we can go to get work done if we wanted to get some mods done to the van while we're in the UK. And they also camped next to us last night at this really cool spot. We were just out at the point, and there's a surf spot right there. Last night there were about 3 guys out. Well, yesterday afternoon there were 3 people out, and the waves were pretty good size. I mean, I wouldn't say they were huge, but they were not small compared to the other places that we've been. This place is definitely a proper surf spot, not just like beach breaks. So there's a lot of like tall grass and slopey areas around here. So yesterday, before we drove up there, we engaged 4-wheel drive and had a good night's sleep. Parked at a pretty nice spot next to the water. And today we're gonna go up the road a little bit, the same spot where we met these people from the UK in the Sprinter van, and maybe try to surf. We'll see how it is. The tide is coming up a little bit, so I'm not sure if this surf spot right here is good at this tide level, but I did fly the drone over there and there was one guy surfing in the water and it looked pretty good. It's kind of a left point, so being goofy footed, I'm excited to get in the water for that. This place up here is called East Key Castle. It's a little castle building at the end of a point that kind of sticks out, and then there's just waves that kind of break from both sides. So let's go by there and check it out, see how it is. Oh, yeah, we're gonna go where the water is breaking already.
Well, there she goes. She's on her knees. Ah, she slipped off.
So today is the end of week 4 of us being in Ireland. That means when we first came to Ireland, we got SIM cards that were good for 28 days. That means today our SIM cards run out. But we're still here, so we still have our Croatian SIM cards, which is good here. And each of our phones have 10 gigs of roaming data per month. So there's still 10 days left in a month. So we're just gonna use our Croatian phones for the remaining days that we're here, because when we go to Northern Ireland, and that's the UK, and we don't have roaming data to be able to use there. So we're not gonna renew our pay-as-you-go Irish SIM cards, even though it was a really good deal. 20 euros unlimited data, which is good price. Probably as good a price if we've seen it anywhere. Even in Morocco, we're paying €1 a gigabyte, which adds up, you know, when you have 5 people using it. Reception, honestly, have been pretty good everywhere, considering that there's been a lot of remote places where there's like hills like this, you know, that we're kind of parked behind. I think right now we're getting signal from across this bay here. Right across the bay there is Bundoran. There's a surf spot called Mullaghmore Head, which is like the Mavericks of Ireland. Big wave spot, rocky, and when it's big, it's really big. It's scary big. It's like Jaws or Mavericks, you know, whatever big wave spot you've heard of before. We drove by yesterday, nothing, not breaking at all, and which is, you know, fine, because I wasn't gonna go in it anyways. But you know, we are getting close to reaching the top of Ireland, and once we do that, it really depends if we stay here to find surf or not, you know? If we stay here to find surf, we'll be here for a few more days. But if we don't, once we get to the top of Ireland, we're gonna go east across to Northern Ireland and just spend a couple of days exploring that before we figure out how to ferry from Northern Ireland to Scotland. And then we'll be out of Ireland altogether. So we'll see, we've got some decisions to make again. You know, almost a month in Ireland. It's been really good. It's been really fun. It's great to be able to have this luxury to spend so much time here. I think you could spend more time. We spend most of our time on the coast, which means that we missed out on a lot of stuff inland. But that's what we wanted. You know, we wanted to be by the coast. We wanted to find surf. We wanted to drive the Wild Atlantic Way, which is kind of what it's famous for here. All the places that we went that have the rusty posts that have the squiggly symbols, that stands for the Wild Atlantic Way.
Can I identify this one? I'm gonna find out.
This one's, well, this one just, it doesn't have that many features, so you can't really tell.
Yeah, it's just bumpy. On the other side, it's just bumpy again.
Yeah.
It's not smooth like all the others.
Well, we'll do some more research. It's hard to see them like this because you don't see their tentacles. Their little long floaty legs. I've honestly not taken a lot of videos these last few days. Ever since we got to Sligo, County Sligo, and now we're in County Donegal. It's sort of the surfing center of all of Ireland, pretty much. 3 days ago, oh, maybe 4 days ago, gosh, I forget how many days now. The last video I shot, which is my drone video that I shot flying over East Key. It's a there's a castle and there's a pier. I flew my drone from where we were camping over to the castle, saw the surf there, and then basically from that day on, I've been trying to find surf, which I've been lucky for a couple of days. I found surf that day at East Key, surfed that, really fun. Hadn't surfed in over 3 years, which is, you know, I didn't know what it was going to be like. And I bought this board, this kind of cheap, you know, mass-produced board from a surf shop in Malaga in Spain last year. Never used it until 3 days ago, basically. And that was really fun. I had so much fun that we decided to try another surf spot, which ended up at Strandhill. Strandhill is another really popular place. It's a small little, like, I wouldn't even say a town, not even a village, smaller than that. Maybe. It's just outside of Sligo, the city of Sligo, in County Sligo. And really popular with surfers, you know. But because of that, a lot of these beaches have banned overnight parking. But we met this this guy named Guy from, he's from the US originally. He was born in California, Santa Monica of all places, and spent a lot of his time traveling, a lot of his life traveling. He's in his 50s now. He's lived in Hawaii for like 20-something years. And then he's lived in the UK basically for the last couple dozen years. So not spent a lot of time back in the US. And he was living out of a DIY camper that he made out of a Mercedes Vario. So yeah, he said he's been camping at Strandhill Beach for almost a month. No problems, even though there's signs that says no overnight camping everywhere. Yesterday we came here. Just a little beach between the town of Sligo. Actually, we left Sligo, went through Bundoran, which is another town. Yesterday we just rained. We had a whole lot of rain all day yesterday. So we just drove and drove and drove. We drove through Bundoran. There's a couple of surf spots there I wanted to check out. It was flat. We had good surf for 2 days, and on the third day it died out and then it started raining. And yesterday we had rain most of yesterday. In the middle of the day, it's not just your regular old like Irish mist that just kind of falls periodically. It was hard rain while we were driving for a little while. So we decided to just keep going, you know, not stop at Bundoran. It wasn't very camper friendly in the town. So we came to this beach, just a little paved parking lot that people come and swim in. There's no surf here, but there's a cove just around the corner called Muckross Beach. And that's supposed to get some good surf if there's a swell in the water. But there isn't. It's just calm bath water right now, which is good for swimming. Luca went swimming today, but he stepped on something that stung his foot. So he's a little bit gun shy now. But I think he'll get back into it. We're supposed to have a few straight days of really warm weather. Between Tuesday and Wednesday, starting Tuesday afternoon, we're supposed to get a little bump in the swell. So maybe we'll find a place for them to surf again. Oh, that's a big jellyfish. Holy smokes.
Maybe I can flip it.
Oh my god. Oh,
How do I do it?
that's a jiggly guy. That's huge, man.
I don't think it's a compass jellyfish, because it has brown edges and stripes.
Did your mama look up jellyfish species?
Yes. It's a bit smaller. Wait, no, I don't think it is a compass jellyfish. It doesn't have the brown edges.
What kind is that?
It might be a compass. I think it's a compass jellyfish. Actually, no, it can't be.
No?
Because its stripes are too long. And that means it might be older. It's too small. It doesn't have the brown edges.
Free, jellyfish. Free yourself.
Big. Might get washed away.
Yeah, that one's huge.
I guess we got close and they don't have flip-flops.
When we got here yesterday, there was one van here, a rental. All day there hasn't been another camper until right now. There's a little VW T6, T5 or T6 pop-up just showed up. Also a rental. This one has a dog, and there's another car that just showed up with a dog. But in the middle of today, holy smokes, this parking lot was packed full. There's probably 10 cars here at one point. And this beach was just full of people. Yeah, today's Saturday, so I think they have one more weekend, but this is the last full week before school starts for Ireland. So once the end of next weekend is over, there's gonna be a lot less people traveling, which is good news for full-time travelers like ourselves. Well, that one barely fits in your shovel.
Yeah.
What kind is that?
I think it's a compass.
Compass. It looks like a compass, is that why? With the pattern?
Maybe.
Cool.
I got another one. This either be the one that stings or the one that mildly stings.
Which one? This one?
Black one.
I go free that one.